Okay, here we are again. My name's Dave. This is my brother Ray, and we are.
Preachers from the preachers. We
Oh,
back,
look,
baby. We
he's
back.
got the swag out. He's got the swag out. Look at that. All right, so we just wanted to. We're gonna do some quick shots and just try some shorter videos, just one subject kind of stuff. But right now we wanted to talk about the NBA draft, and so without further ado, what do you think, man? I mean, Victor went first, as we all thought he would. No problem. Uh, any surprises for you?
Um, yeah, Brandon Miller going second.
I
I like Brandon Miller. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I just think that Scoot Henderson is the rookie of the year, regardless of how great Victor Wembanyama. He can't live up to the hype, right? So the surprise.
Nobody thought LeBron could either. So we'll see.
Well, I mean, when you tell me he's the greatest prospect since Kareem, the greatest prospect since LeBron. Like, Michael didn't come into the league with hype. He was number 3. We knew he was going to be number 2. But LeBron came in with, he's going to be the next big thing. And he was. And he is. Kareem came in with, we ain't never seen this before, a 7-footer that can do this, that, and the other. So now this guy coming, and they saying the greatest. So, like, to me, he can't win. But I'm definitely, he probably can't win with me, because you know how I feel about number 1 pick.
Yeah.
Greatness. So with all of this stuff,
well,
I'm looking at I said this about LeBron. He had to score 25 a game in order to be a successful rookie season. He scored like 24.8, and I had to stick to my gun. I said he was a bust.
Well,
so
Victor
gonna need 30 and 12.
He already failed with you anyway because he cried on the stage.
Yes.
And I know how you feel about guys that cry.
don't cry. That's a sense. You French and you crying? No, dog. Ain't no crying in basketball, man.
There's a lot of people that aren't going to like him just because because he's French. I know so many people that just hate French people. I have no idea why.
Man, I ain't got no problem with Frenchmen. I just don't want them to be the best player on my team. They just reek of softness.
So
Anyway,
back to Charlotte, man. I understand what they were doing with Brandon, but Scoot Henderson is a much better player. I agree with you. I understand what they were doing with Brandon Miller because they already got LaMelo Ball, and they didn't want to have 2 awesome point guards. The right thing to do.
Would it be the first time that 2 people played with 2 point guards?
No, but we've seen recently that it doesn't work out well. Like, you got Westbrook and Harden, and you got Harden and Kyrie. You got who else? There's got to be somebody else in. There's about to be Chris Paul and
Luka
and
Kyrie.
Who?
Luka and Kyrie.
Oh, Luka and Kyrie. Yeah, we've seen that it doesn't work very well. Nobody's had success with it yet. So I kind of get what they were doing, though I do agree Scoot was a better player. Brandon Miller, I think, is pretty good, but Scoot's better, and man, he was just a much better fit. I see what they're doing. I don't know what I would have done either. I can't blame them because.
Is Lonzo Ball gonna play though? I mean, not Lonzo, but either Ball really. But LaMelo,
Lonzo, no.
We know Lonzo ain't gonna play, but LaMelo been hurt a little bit too. So, I mean, I just think the world of Scoot Henderson. I understand why San Antonio took the 7-foot all-time world's greatest prospect. It would have been a hard decision for me. I probably still would have took the 7'4" guy, 7'5" guy. I mean, you can't teach height, so he probably would have been my number 1 pick.
Yeah.
But I've seen enough of Scoot Henderson to know that we're looking at, Derrick Rose with a jump shot.
Can we just say, while you said something about the Spurs and Wembanyama, that the San Antonio Spurs are the most successful tanking franchise of all time. Tanked for David Robinson, tanked for Tim Duncan, tanked for Victor Wembanyama, and there was no cost to it at all. No cost.
None. They hit the Mavericks. Didn't they find a man for benching
for
Kyrie
1 game?
For 1 game.
Sitting them.
But San Antonio tanked the whole season. They traded away everybody and anybody that could be something, and then got rewarded for. They should just change the name to the damn San Antonio Tankers. That's what they do.
That or the San Antonio David Silvers. or the San Antonio NBA head office or something like that. They're just, hey, as long as you don't say, that's probably a good option. As long as you don't say that, go ahead and tank. Like the Mavericks have never, ever, ever tanked and tried to get into that I can recall. Maybe they did in the early 90s. I can't remember. But they have always tried to win, even with mediocre players. And one time they said, hey, we're going to sit our stars the last game of the season. And they didn't even sit them during the regular season like LeBron does, like all these other guys do with load management. They didn't even do that most of the season because Luka wants to play. He's like, I'm not doing that. I'm going to play. But Mavs did it one game and they fined him again. So I don't know.
Well,
but anyway,
who was your surprise? Who was your surprise?
Well, Cam Whitmore dropped to 20, which a lot of people thought he was like a top, easily a top 10 player. I guess I weren't really too many surprises, Marie. I kind of, 1, 2, 3. I didn't think I didn't think the other Thompson twin was going to go as high as 5, but he did. Asar, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your name there, Mr. Thompson. I apologize, but honestly, I think he's going to be the better Thompson of the two. I really do, because I think he's a much better shooter than Amen Thompson. So who's your second surprise?
So before I give you my second surprise, he should have been number 1. The NBA is clearly just drafting athletes.
I know where you're going.
They're not really drafting basketball players, right?
Yeah.
I mean that's why Edney, the 7'4" kid,
went back to school.
Armando
Bacot went back to school.
Because you're not drafting me because I can play basketball. You drafted me because I can jump really high. And I got long ass arms. You know what I mean? And I'm really quick. But you don't give a damn about my basketball skills. Because they drafting just athletes who happen to play basketball players as opposed to people who are hoopers, who ballers, and they just happen to be athletes. Like, it's sad. It's sad because I would rather see people use their brain as well as their body. I mean, I love to see people jump out the stadium, but I'd rather see how you got to that point as opposed to just seeing your athleticism. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then I guess my other biggest surprise was Derek Lively's damn jacket.
I don't know about his jacket. I'm shocked he went where he did.
Before a man that averaged 5 points and 5 rebounds. Did he even get 5 rebounds?
5 rebounds, 5 points. It was like 5 point something. 5, and then 2.4 blocks, which is pretty good. But he went 12 and got traded for the 10. So
over Oscar Tshiebwe, who averaged 12 rebounds again.
Absolutely. I mean, this makes no sense to me whatsoever. And I've been saying forever.
Averaged 9 rebounds a game. Yeah. He could score and rebound. Adam Sanogo, I think he ended up going to the Bulls on an unrestricted contract. Unrestricted contract. Yeah.
I've been saying forever the Mavericks need rebound. Get that guy that can get in there and get 12 rebounds a night. I don't care what else you do, play a little defense too, but 12 rebounds a game, get that guy because you were dead last in rebounds. And man, I think if Derek Lively plays 28 minutes a game, he's good for 8 rebounds, maybe 9, and not much scoring, and maybe a block and a half.
Again, that's what they're doing right now.
And that's my Duke
great
boy.
Wingspan. They drafted potential, and I understand potential. Potential can get you fired too.
So the guys that should have been drafted, and it's shameful that they weren't because they are basketball players. So what the NBA is doing now is like, we're taking shots on everybody. If you're athletic, we're going to take a shot that you're that next big guy. And then we're going to let all the basketball players slip out of the draft. We're going to sign you to a 2-way contract and, because you can play basketball. So then we're going to call you up when we need you. So who have they done that to? Drew Timme, your Sanogo. Who's the other guy? Tshiebwe. And then last year, this is shameful. It's so shameful to me. Kofi Cockburn is playing in Japan. Kofi Cockburn, who at Illinois in the Big Ten scored 20 and got 10 rebounds for an entire season. 20 and 10 guy did not get drafted. Dude is playing in Japan. This is shameful for the NBA.
Okay.
Shameful. No other words come to mind that they're letting these good players be
They
undrafted.
phased the big man out long time ago, bro. Ain't no more big man. That's number
You
one
need
pick
rebounds.
is a 7'4" point guard.
You need
There ain't no more big. It's gone. It's gone. One of the other picks that was a little bit of a surprise to me. I thought he should have went a tad bit higher. Is I can't say his name. Podzinski out of Santa Clara.
Yeah, you liked him. I know.
I liked him.
Golden State.
He's 6'5" and he averaged 8 rebounds a game. So yeah, I like guards that can rebound and he can stroke it. I mean, like, I think so much of him. I think he could replace Clay in 2 years.
Well, with Clay's injuries, you might not be wrong there. So, yeah, Brandon Podzinski. Well, yeah, I expected him to go a little bit higher, but I mean,
Golden State
got a great deal with him.
He fell in the perfect spot for him and his skill set.
Yeah. But anyway, so it was interesting to watch. So what's coming up next? You know what's coming up next? The NBA Summer League, which is why I'm wearing my player shirt.
That's why I got my Las Vegas sportsbook background, because we're the entertainment capital of the world. So.
And the biggest story so far of the summer league is Taylor Hendricks' mother. So.
Amen. Why are you calling her out her name?
I'm not calling out her name. I'm calling out his name. He got drafted.
Yeah, but you calling out her name saying it's Taylor Hendricks' mom when should be called mine.
No. I got a date with her on Friday. We're gonna go watch the games on Friday while you're working, and then we got some dinner. After that, and we'll see where the night takes us. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Do your thing. I'm impressed with it. Look, cheers to you, bro.
If I had a beer, I'd say cheers. But anyway, I'm looking forward to this. I got my schedule out already. The schedule went out, and I printed a little copy. I'm going to buy one when I get to the stadium. But so far, the first game is Charlotte versus San Antonio. Not first game. The first big game is at 6 p.m. Vegas time, Charlotte versus San Antonio. So you got Brandon Miller against Wembanyama. So we're going to see that one first time. I hope Wemby plays. They said he might play in Utah. So those number one guys, they might play a game or two sometimes. So if he plays in Utah, he may or may not play in Las Vegas. I don't know. I hope he does.
Sacramento? Utah got a league too?
Utah has one. You're right. Sacramento. Utah does have one as well. But they're like, 2 or 3 days, and it's usually 5 teams, something like that, 6 teams. So, yeah, you're right, Sacramento. Then on Sunday, San Antonio plays Portland. So we get to see Scoot against Wemby, if Wemby plays again. But Scoot played Wemby last year in this year in some exhibitions there in Vegas. Did you get to see either one of those? You go to it?
No, I saw highlights. What I saw was a 6'2" guard take it right into the 7'4".
He did.
Kind of I'm like, ooh, that don't look good.
That ought to be. And you and I are going to be there on Sunday and Monday. I'm going to be there on Friday, so I'll see the game on Friday. You and I will see the game on Sunday. And I didn't look much past that. I didn't look at the Monday schedule, but those teams usually don't play back to back, so they probably won't play on Monday. But anyway, so I am looking forward to that. And anything else that you're looking forward to? Summer League?
No, that's it, man. I'm finna get out of here and go do some more work. I gotta go entertain the company's clients and see how that go. Really just there babysitting.
Does that come with an expense account?
Well, I don't work in sales. I work in operations. But the sales guy, yeah, he got
All right, then. So that's you guys let us know in the comments or whatever what you think of our summer league and draft takes or whatever, and that's it.
That's it. We out.
Peace, guys.
Cheers.